We fill ourselves with our distraction drug of choice all day, every day, 24/7, and we never allow ourselves just to sit. What's up, guys? I'm Nate. Here's today's topic: stillness. The Bible talks a lot about the importance of stillness. And usually it's in times when people are panicking about something, they're worried, they're anxious, they're nervous about some event that's happening around them, and God or some prophet, a representative of God, comes and speaks to the people, be still. In Exodus 14:14, the people are told to be still and watch the Lord fight for them. Just be still, and God is going to fight for you. In 1 Samuel 12:16, the people are told, be still and see the great things the Lord is about to do. Just stop freaking out, just watch, be still for a moment, and see the great things God is going to do. And then, of course, Psalm 46:10, which says, be still and know that I am God. It's in stillness that we can know that He is God. The Bible repeats this theme of stillness again and again. Just be still and know God for who He is and watch Him do the work that He said He's going to do. But the problem is, we live in maybe the least still culture in the history of the world. Stillness in American culture in 2020 is almost non-existent. It almost has been eradicated from any kind of normal place in our way of life. We're maybe the busiest culture in the history of the world. We go, 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 go. There's always something to do. There's always something on our minds, always something to occupy us. And I think that now, maybe more than any other point in the history of the world, we lack stillness in our lives. Okay, now hold on a second. Some of you might be thinking, wait up, Nate. I actually am still a fair amount of the time. I'm still at the end of the day and I just sit down, and I'm still in the car when I'm going to and from work or whatever else. I have plenty of stillness in my life. But see, stillness is not just about not moving. In fact, it's not about movement at all. It's about what we are doing and whether our mind is occupied or not. See, it's very, very possible to be not moving and to not be still, to have no stillness in our hearts or minds at all. At the same time, it's possible to be moving somewhere, to be walking somewhere, and to be still. And there's one thing that has been introduced into our daily lives that has completely eliminated stillness altogether. It's this thing right here. And it's about the cell phone, but really it's about the advent of technology in every possible aspect of our lives, because it's everywhere. There's no part of our life that doesn't have some form of technology right at our fingertips to keep our minds going and to keep our minds occupied and to totally eliminate any kind of margin for stillness. Because think about it. Imagine you're in line at the DMV and the line at the DMV is taking forever, because that's what lines at the DMV do. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to pull this thing out. And maybe you're going to start browsing social media to see what your friends and family and vague acquaintances are up to. Or maybe you can pop in some earbuds so you can listen to your favorite podcast while you wait out the line surrounded by people you don't know and really don't feel like talking to. Or maybe you're sitting at the dinner table with some friends or family and the conversation goes in a direction that you find not that interesting. Why don't you go ahead and pull this thing out? Start browsing Pinterest for 10 amazing ways you can repurpose a used milk jug. Okay, so the day's finally over and your kids are in bed and you're finally able to sit down and rest, walk into your living room, plop down on the couch, and make sure that before you let your mind do any kind of reflection over the day or where you are or your relationship with your kids or your spouse or your God or where your future's going, make sure you turn the TV on. Make sure you watch your favorite YouTube channel to keep your mind going, to keep you from having even just a moment where you can breathe and reflect and think and contemplate the things happening in your life. Make sure you stay occupied 24/7. Okay, right, so don't get me wrong here. I see the benefit in all of these things. There are YouTube channels I like. This is a YouTube channel right here. I hope you're watching it. I hope you're enjoying it. There are podcasts I enjoy listening to. It's really nice to listen to an audiobook occasionally on a long drive, right? There's benefits to these things. But having these things, having the ability to keep our minds distracted 24/7 has eliminated any kind of room for stillness in our life. And with the death of stillness has come the death of depth. And we slowly become shallow people. We fill ourselves with our distraction drug of choice all day, every day, 24/7. And we never allow ourselves just to sit and to be still and to reflect and to contemplate who we are and who God is, and seeing our lives for what they really are, and our past and our present and our future, and getting that perspective and that distance and that stillness. We have to make that space for stillness in our lives, that space to see God and ourselves in perspective for who we really are, that space to see our worries and our cares and all the things we can push to the back of our minds for what they really are. We need to make that space for God to be able to speak into our lives, and space for ourselves to be able to listen to Him. We have to make that space because culture is not going to give it to us. Culture will not present us with the opportunity to have margin for just being still and listening and contemplating and thinking in our lives. Culture is going to constantly present us with a new distraction, a new worry to take care of, a new responsibility, a new something to occupy us 24/7. It's up to you and it's up to me to make that space for stillness, for sitting in the presence of God, for sitting in our own hearts and own minds and getting that reflection and that contemplation and that perspective of things. So my challenge to you guys today is to make that space. Pick a time for yourself every single day, a time that works every single day, to just be still. And there's plenty of opportunities in our lives to do it. There's plenty of opportunities. All we have to do is just not pick the cell phone up for that 15-minute period. And maybe it's in your car drive at work where you can just sit and think and not listen to music and not listen to a podcast. Maybe it's right at the end of the day where you're not going to turn the TV on quite yet. You're just going to sit in the presence of God and in your own heart and mind and get a picture of who you are and who He is and how things are going and how things will be going and how things have gone. See, in my life, stillness is not actually very still at all. For me, it's walking. I have to step out of where I am, go out into nature somewhere, or at least as close to nature as I can get, and just walk. And just think about how things are, and think about me, and think about God, and my family, and my job, and where I'm going, and just get that stillness of heart and mind. Simply creating that space for God to speak to me, for me to listen to Him. So experiment and find something that works for you. Maybe it's on that car drive. Maybe it's a walk like what I do. Maybe it's sitting in a dark room by yourself with no visual distractions, but whatever it is, leave the cell phone behind for a little bit. Leave the music and the podcasts and the technology and everything that takes the attention of our hearts and minds constantly throughout each day. See, whatever form it takes for you, you've got to create that space. Culture, the world around you, is not going to give it to you. You have to take it. You have to make room for it. That space for seeing yourself for who you are, for seeing God for who He is, to be still and to know that He is God. Thank you for watching this video today. As always, I hope this was an encouragement to you. And if it was, do me a favor and like the video and consider sending it to a friend of yours who you think would also be encouraged by this. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every single week on Friday, we're gonna have a new video out designed to help you guys grow in your faith and your relationship with God. God bless you guys.